destiny.
Every time it's on everything, the life you choosing, I'm cheddaring. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gon' stop till I rest in peace and they put some hold on my grave lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual vein where my strength get pumped from. So let's go ride to the child of God. Standing toe to toe, hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want out of high. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is asking, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as they is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game. So speed like the A train. The thing that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you wanna get in my crown in, I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chest it.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose my, cause I'm still stalking my destiny. I'm still stalking my destiny.
Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. What up, BFam1096.com? How y'all doing? Facebook, what up, y'all at YouTube? This is Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I am your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. If you have not already, y'all, head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified every time I go live or post a new video or short. Also, check out the episodes of three seasons of the Tea Time with Tara show, where I interview guests and ask them what they need on their journey to stalking their destiny. Y'all, some people have some incredible stories, so be sure to head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Check that out and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing. Again, I am Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Welcome to Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. So how are y'all doing? What is going on? Let me know where you are tuning in from. You can comment in the chat box or the comments below and let me know how you're doing, where you're tuning in from, or whatever else you want to share with me. I am tired, y'all. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's, turning 40 years old or what it is, but I have been fatigued lately, and not really sure why, because I eat pretty well. I've been exercising. I don't know. So I am tired. However, I'm pressing forward and I'm doing what I gotta do anyway. So let me know how you are doing. Let's see. I'm gonna just go straight for this. Let's go right into the affirmations, y'all. Now, the funny thing about our affirmations is I do this every week with you guys, but y'all, like on a regular basis, I do not write these things down, which is why it's important for me to have my Tea Time Daily journal, because then I can remember to write it down here in this journal and check in with me as well, because in here it asks, how are you doing? What's going on? Basically, it's time for me to check in. Inspiration and affirmations for 30 days. Okay. So I hope you brought something to write with here today. I hope you brought your favorite drink, maybe your Bible if you need it, because this is business and Bible basics. Okay. And a pen to write with. I hope you brought a pen and, like I said, your journal so that you can write down any notes. Otherwise, I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel already so that you can go back and rewatch shows that you may have missed or had massive encouragement or messages that you just wanted to take note of. Okay. So with our affirmations for the week, they are sponsored by Tea Time Enterprises, LLC. The world needs all you have to offer. Okay. And with our affirmations, we do I am, I have, and I will. And then we declare what type of day or week we're going to have. But like I said, I typically do mine on Mondays with you all. And then if I need to do them throughout the week, I use the Tea Time Daily Journal. So comment below or hit up the chat box and let me know, what are your affirmations for this day or this week? Here are some that may encourage you. These are mine. I am living a rich life. And with that, I am living a grounded life. Okay. So my I am is based on the fact that not that I have everything I want to have, not that my bank account looks the way it wants to look, but it is based on the fact that I still I still get the opportunity to get up and do what I want to do in each day. I still get the opportunity to have the activity of my limbs, to have my right mind, to have options. And I still get the chance to show up and change lives daily, right? So I am living a rich and grounded life. Be grounded because I don't take it for granted. Grounded because, the fluff can always look better than the reality, but I'm grateful nonetheless for it all. Okay, so I am living a rich, grounded life. I have love in abundance. I have love in abundance, y'all. If you get the opportunity to meet me in person or just feel it through these messages that I share with you guys, I have love in abundance within me, around me, and just in my life. I purpose to walk in love, even if I am correcting you, even if I'm standing up for myself or honoring myself, and challenging a situation. I have love in abundance. I'm careful about how I speak to people, but I'm stern and I mean what I say, which is why I'm careful about it. Do and say everything with love, y'all. I hope that you have love in abundance as well. And love is not an excuse, y'all, but I do hope that you have love. You walk in that truth and that authority of love and that abundance, and let it be abundant. Sometimes we try to contain love, but love is like water. It can't be contained. Okay. It's a currency. Let it flow through you. Let it flow to you. Okay. So I have love in abundance. I will succeed beyond my expectations. Now that comes from doing all the work in the dark. That comes from putting in years of development of all these different things. Because if I went over a list of things to tell you guys, well, I do this, and that, and I've done it for years, some people would think, oh, that's kind of all over the place. And others would think, wow, she's building an empire. Wow, she's doing all the things, and so I will succeed beyond my expectations, because while in the dark seasons of life, I am doing all the prep work. I'm doing all the research. I'm creating all of the strategies. And so I will succeed beyond my expectations. And I hope that you will do the work and prepare in the seasons of life that you're in to go beyond your own expectations as well, in God's timing. Okay. And then today will be a perceive it day. Today will be a perceive it day, because everyone talks about the Proverbs 31 woman, and this is not necessarily about her. However, she did utilize what she had to work with, right? In Proverbs 31, she used what she had, and she saw that what she created was good. She perceived that it was good for profit. She perceived that it was going to do what she needed it to do. And so today will be a perceive it day, because I hope that you see that the work that you're putting in today will pay off tomorrow. I hope that you perceive that. If you can't see it for yourself, how can you put faith and belief in that or behind it? So if you're lacking in your faith, in yourself, then I hope that, you get an inkling, get an eye up, get a God wink. I hope that you get a God wink of encouragement and of surety, so that you can believe in yourself even more, and then perceive it and see what's coming up next for you. Okay. So our food for thought quote today is brought to you by Stalk Your Destiny. Sorry. Stalk Your Destiny. I should have brought some water down here with me. Our food for thought quote is brought to you by Stalk Your Destiny, where everything you want to become, you already are. Okay. And now for this, I'm going to read to you guys. I used to do on Facebook Live Mondays. I used to get on and do Monday morning mindset. Okay. And so I'm going to read from that for our food for thought today and get you to think, right? Okay. So this says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. How many opportunities are you too afraid to just ask for? How many doors have you avoided knocking on? In your personal and business life, it is important to speak up for yourself. It is important to have a voice that can be heard. Above all else, it is important to believe that what you are seeking is worth having, that what you are asking for is in line with your life mission. Okay. What you are seeking is seeking you. You need only to read and believe the scripture above again. Walk in authority. Okay. So basically, this is just saying like opportunities can come your way. Y'all, this literally just happened. Like DC can tell y'all, the producer can tell y'all. This literally just happened. Someone else can get an opportunity, and that opportunity came with overflow. If you don't ask to be included in the overflow, if you don't have a net to cast, you will miss it. You will miss the opportunity because you are ill prepared. Okay. And because you just didn't ask, knock, seek, meaning that you have to be open to seeing the possibility of opportunities coming your way. Oh, the lights flashed. Okay. You have to be open to it being possible, y'all. You got to believe. You got to believe that what you're doing, it's worth something, right? And it says here, how many opportunities are you too afraid to just ask for? Right? It doesn't matter if you get a yes or a no. The thing that matters is you give yourself a chance. The thing that matters is that you try or go after it, right? And it says here, how many doors have you avoided knocking on? Now, even that, okay? I think that sometimes we don't realize that we're avoiding doing the knocking on the doors, right? I think that sometimes we do the work. That's the work that doesn't involve, especially introverts, y'all. We can do all the work behind the scenes, but when it comes time to being up front, we can shy away from it. And so you can create the email and not send it. You can prepare the presentation, but never make the phone call to get a meeting, and so be sure that you're connecting the dots. Like with Stalk Your Destiny, we're connecting you to your destiny one step at a time. And so if you're going to prepare the presentation, then send the doggone presentation. If you're going to send the emails, be prepared to meet with these people or speak to them, right? This is just giving yourself room for a yes. This is giving yourself room to be visible, more visible. And then you just never know, y'all. You never know what asking or knocking on the door. You never know what opportunities are just waiting on you, literally. And DC, I'm just using this example. Like somebody got a call for an opportunity that was chasing after him. Okay. And opportunities are literally seeking you out, y'all. Opportunities are literally seeking all of us out. Are you going to answer? Are you going to say yes? Are you ready for the door to be open to you? And this is probably because you asked in your private time. You asked in your private life, right? Ask, seek, knock. You're thinking about it. You desire it, right? And so with these things, it's just important that you believe that what you are seeking is seeking you. It's important that you believe, no matter how much time it takes, y'all, no matter how much time it takes, it is important that you do not give up on yourself or your dreams or your goals, okay? Stalkers don't quit. Stalkers are relentless. Stalkers fall out of trees. Stalkers get arrested. I've said this for years. Stalkers do not quit. The only difference is they go after something that does not belong to them. But at Stalk Your Destiny, it's about your destiny. It's about your purpose, your dreams, your goals, right? The things that belong to you, which is what you're working towards. Never quit doing that. Stalkers don't quit. So never give up on yourself in that way. Believe, ask, knock, and seek, y'all. That's our food for thought quote for this week. So I hope that helped you. And we're going to keep on going. Our devotional comes from a few different scriptures this week. I don't know, y'all. I had several things on my mind when I created this timesheet. So let me pull my Bible out. Our first scripture is going to be Joshua chapter 1, verse 8 and 9. I'll read that. And I might read, I don't know how this is going to flow today. I might read all three scriptures and then talk or talk in between. I don't know yet. But get your Bibles out, okay? Joshua 1, as soon as I can get to it. Joshua 1, chapter 1, verse 8 and 9. Okay, here it is. And it reads, "Do not let this book of the law depart from your mouth. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful." Okay, y'all, we have instruction here. Then you will be prosperous and successful. So I'm going to read it again because this is instruction. "Do not let this book of the law depart from your mouth. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Have not I commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." That kind of just that adds to what I just said with asking, knocking, and seeking. Because this is saying, like, why are you afraid anyway? It's saying, don't be afraid. You don't have anything to worry about. Because God is with you wherever you go, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. God is with you. Okay. And so meditating on this word, y'all, I don't know if y'all can see it in my camera. Okay. This Bible, meditating on this word, by day and by night, and being careful to do everything written in it. I know that part you might be like, well, there's some questionable stuff in there. Okay. It's talk it over with God, talk it over with God. But then you will be prosperous and successful. Many business books, y'all, many books about not the psychology of business, but maybe I'll say that the psychology of business, right? Many books that are self-help books or trying to encourage you and all of those different things to motivate you towards business efforts and things. Those principles that are taught in those books, and even sociology books and things like that, psychology, sociology, all of these different things, right? All of these books, not all of them, many of them include some type of basic principle from the Bible. Okay, so knowing the Bible helps you also to apply these principles, meditating on this day and night in terms of business strategy and things of that nature will help you to be prosperous and successful. Okay, I always say I strategize with God. So I strategize in my time with God, in my prayer time with God. I might pray separately, but I sit with the Lord on what am I supposed to do next? Which way do we go from here? Am I doing this the right way? Am I serving your people the way you intended? Okay, in order to change lives daily. So don't be afraid, y'all. Be courageous. Have some courage about yourself and what you're doing. Believe in you. I keep saying it. I guess today is just believe in you. Okay, is the big message of the day, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to go to Acts 18. I'm going to read verse 9 through 10 here. And this is just more enforcement of it, where it says, is this the right one? Acts 18, 9, and 10. Hold on. No, that's not right. It must be 8. Let me look. I have the wrong scripture written here. 8, 9, 10. Nope. Basically, the scripture that's supposed to be in Acts, because I think I have the wrong one written here. I have Acts 18, verse 9 and 10. But I think that's wrong because I can't find that, what I'm looking for. What it basically says is the Lord was like, don't be afraid. Keep on speaking here. I have my people in this city. Like, you have no idea the people that God put in place to be a guard around you, to be angels around you. And he's saying, don't be afraid to keep on speaking. Basically, I have this team of people in this city who will stand up for you, who you may not even ever meet them, right? But the Lord is just saying, if I'm asking you to speak a word, speak that thing. Say it. Say what needs to be said, right? Speak up. Don't be afraid. Okay? That's an Acts. Don't be afraid, and keep on speaking, because he's saying, I've already gone before you. I've already gone before you. I have my people in this town. So don't be afraid. Okay? And then let me go to Job chapter 2. Job chapter 2, verse 3, right? I'm going to go there. Job chapter 2, verse 3 says this. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Everybody want to talk about Job and how Job received double. Like, everybody's just like, oh, Job lost everything and then he got double for his trouble. Like, oh, I must be like Job. No, baby, if you ain't lost everything, let that comparison go a little bit. Just a little bit. Stop holding so tightly to it. Because right here, this is the part that will make you mad. If you don't read the book of Job, this will, and all you know is that he lost everything in one double. This is the part right here that would upset you, but you have to understand it. Okay? Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. And he still maintains his integrity, though you incited me against him to ruin him without any reason. Because Satan just wanted to make a point. Well, I bet if you take your hand off of him, I bet he'll speak against you. And the Lord's like, do what you want to do. Try if you want to. Try if you want to. Okay? And so with this, it's just still being considered by God. Like, y'all, we want to be like, oh, I'm blessed and highly favored, which being blessed does mean that you're favored as well. But, we walk around like, oh, we're so blessed and highly favored. We're so blessed and highly favored, or I'm a chosen one, or whatever. Not realizing that being chosen is to be considered. Like, the Lord, have you considered him? The Lord asked Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Because he's so amazing, but he will not speak against me. No matter what you do to him. No matter what you do, don't put your hands on him. But, to be considered, like the Lord was like, have you considered him? Can you imagine losing everything because God asked Satan, did he consider you? Did he consider you? Right? And that also means that God already knew at the beginning what he was going to do in terms of blessing Job, right? But sometimes, y'all, that the realness of the pain and heartache and the sufferings that Job experienced, the realness of that is something we all wish to skip over, right? We all want to skip over the valley of it all, and you just can't. There's a balancing act here. There's a balancing act taking place that, yes, you have to believe for it. Yes, you have to prepare for it. Yes, you have to meditate on the law of the Lord by day and by night. Yes, you have to do those things as well, right? But then being considered, you got to go through, right? You got to go through to get through. to the other side. So when they say be careful what you pray for, be careful about that thing, because you can have it, but it might cost you everything you have in your possession right now. Everything. Are you willing and ready to say yes to your future self and die to your current self? I ain't just talking about dying to sin. I'm not just talking about dying to your habits and all these different little things or whatever. Literally everything, life as you know it, changing. And it's greater. It's greater over there. Yeah. It's greater over there. But the loss and the suffering, oh, are you ready for it? Are you ready for what you're seeking? Go on and knock on the door. Go on and believe. Go on and keep on speaking, because the Lord said, I already have it for you. I have it for you. Just ask and be prepared. Be prepared. Sometimes being prepared don't mean be ready with all this cute little stuff y'all got going on. Like I have all these books and planners, and I'm multi-talented. Okay. Thank God, for who he called me to be. However, I had to be prepared for the suffering too. This is how I know in my affirmations that I will succeed beyond my expectations. The example in this Bible, all the examples, okay? So think about those scriptures, y'all. Make sure you spend some time with God every day. Make sure that you spend some time with God every day. It's not for show. It's not for being able to have something to talk about when you get around people. But make sure that you spend some time with God every day for yourself, for your own sanity, for your own direction and instruction, for your life, for fulfillment as well, y'all, so that you can have what you need to give to the world what they need. Okay? That was the devotional for today. If you haven't, please check out my website, www.stalkyourdestiny.com. There you can read articles or hear podcasts or interviews with me, where you can learn more about who I am. You can also go to the tab that says books and planners or something. I think it says that. I should know my website by heart. But I've redone it so many times. But there should be a tab that says either shop or books and planners. And you can check out all of my books. You can check out, y'all, all of the Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series. All 12 books have been published and are live at Amazon.com. Check out those monthly devotionals for fasting or just for inspiration and encouragement for your life. Each book is set up for 1 month, and they have topics for each month that they focus in on, with scriptures, weekly prayers, daily inspiration, and also something for you to think about every day as well, and a space for you to journal. So that's the Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series. All 12 books are published, y'all. You can also check out any of my other books, like Until and Then Again, Chronicles of the Narcissist Wife. You can check out This Love, His Love, my 300-page fictional novel that is about finding love. It says finding love is not easy, especially God's love. Okay. And you can check out the ABCs to stalk your ABCs to stalk your destiny, and the ABCs to stalk your financial destiny. Those are both 2 leadership books for mindset. They are interactive. So at the end of each chapter, from A to Z, there are 2 thought-provoking questions for you to write directly in the book. You can answer those questions directly in the book so that you have transformation in your life as you go forward in those books. That's the ABCs to stalk your destiny and the ABCs to stalk your financial destiny as well. Now, while you're on the website, consider becoming a sponsor for this show. You can go to the live and on air tab, click that, scroll down, learn a little bit more about what I do here, and click on Become a Sponsor. Our sponsorship packages are at the bottom of that page, so you can see how you would like to sponsor with this show. You can do a $50 sponsorship, which is for a shout out of your choice. Or you can do, that's as little as $50 for a sponsorship, or you can do as much as a $500 a month sponsorship, where you can get a up to 2-minute commercial, I believe, in the show, and that can be I don't know how many times it can be ran. The details are on the website at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Click on the Live and On Air tab, scroll down to become a sponsor, check out our sponsorship packages, click on Become a Sponsor, and sign up with me today to support this show going forward. Now, if you say, Tara, I love what you're doing here, I don't necessarily need to be a sponsor, but I would love to donate to the show, then you can click the donate tab as well on the website, and you can give one time or you can sign up for monthly giving, and that can be any amount that you would like to give. All donations, all sponsorships, and all considerations are greatly appreciated. Again, visit www.stalkyourdestiny.com and check out what I have to offer there. Okay. Now, our business topic of the week is brought to you by Zeal Sweet Flavored Tea Made with Love. Okay. And here, our topic is the reckless love of God. So y'all see how everything just flows. I love how when I don't really know what we're talking about for the show, God pulls it all together. I literally just did this timesheet this morning on some random thoughts of like, okay, God, what are we talking about? But as you can see, God's not so random. It's all intentional. But the reckless love of God. And that was because the song started playing in my head. And I don't know if you've heard it, but listen to Reckless Love of God. I think it's by, the one I listened to is by Verses, I believe. And so listen to that song, because I'm not going to sing it. Oh, excuse me. But it says, I'm gonna go into it a little bit, but I don't want to sing it for you guys today. But it just says, I think it says, before I spoke a word, you were speaking over me. Okay. I know it when I sing the song too. It's weird that you know the words while you're singing the song, but not when you don't sing the song. But basically, when the song came to mind today, the part that was playing in my head was the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. It chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. Okay. I didn't earn it. I don't deserve it, but still you give your love to me, right? Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Okay. Now the song is really, really beautiful. So go listen to the song. Like I said, I wasn't singing it for y'all because I would have to have it play, and with censorship and all of that, we don't want to get muted. But the reckless love of God by Verses, I believe, is the one I listened to. Okay. And so in business, this whole reckless love of God is just like what I was saying with Job, kind of the fact that preparation is not always all the cute things, and God's love is so reckless for us that it doesn't, like, he's always with us, right? So you can't go too far away from God where God won't come get you, where you can't turn around and say, God, I'm here, right? And so here I wrote, fail forward. Right, fail forward, because in business and in your personal life, you're going to make mistakes. If you're seeking out new opportunities, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. Oh, excuse me. I'm yawning because I'm tired. I told y'all at the beginning I was tired. So please excuse me, but I am fully present here, okay? But are you ready to fail forward? Okay. Are you willing to lose to gain? In terms of, like, even me speaking about Job, that's probably what made me think of Job in the first place. Are you willing to lose to gain? Are you willing to fail forward? Right? Because how can you troubleshoot? Right? How do people just know how to troubleshoot? You don't just know how to troubleshoot a situation. There's a history back there of failing. So now, when other people have issues and they're failing, you can say, hey, did you do X, Y, and Z? Did you do 1, 2, 3? Oh, let me try this over here. Excuse me, there's something about failing that also qualifies you later as an expert. They say if you can't do, teach. That's a real thing. Those who can't teach right? They teach the thing. And I'm not talking about just like school teachers or anything like that. Like what comes to mind is like, say, ballet dancers, right? Something happens and you can no longer dance, right? But because of your process leading up to that point, because of your training, because of your efforts, you can teach it, right? Now, I may not be a comedian, okay? Because y'all, those who know me know, look, I say I'm in a relationship with comedy. I love, love, love comedy. I always have stand-up comedy. I love comedy. I am not a comedian. Can I give you pointers though? Yeah, because I'm not a comedian at all. The only thing I can tell you is by someone who has been a part of this industry as an onlooker, as a listener, as somebody who's like studied the craft from the audience, being an onlooker. I can tell you what I hear and what I don't hear. I can tell you what I've heard that worked well in transitions of things because I pay attention to it. I study it. I just don't do it. I don't do it. That's not my thing, right? But failing forward, are you willing? I saw shout out to the local stand-up comedians and comics. I don't know how you identify yourselves, y'all, but shout out to y'all because this is what they do. They fail forward. How do they do that? They go to open mics or they go to comedy shows and they work out their jokes. They literally practice their crafts in front of audiences, which means they have to be strong and courageous every single time they get up on stage. They have to get up on stage, work it out, be willing to be humiliated, okay, if it doesn't work out, and then try to figure out how to work it so that it works the next time they do it. Okay? Are you willing to lose to gain? Are you willing to settle for no claps and dead stares while you work on your craft, whatever that is? Whatever it is. Are you willing to be embarrassed about it for a time so that you can excel at it later? Right? Are you willing to be the person that is struggling to get their business off the ground, struggling to not fail in business while failing, or not give up, I should say, while also not succeeding? Are you willing to be the person to do that in order for the bigger gain later? Because some people would get a phone call and say, okay, well, you need to get a job. Okay, well, you need to try something else. Okay, you need to do X, Y, Z. And they would just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. But are you willing to be wrapped up in God's reckless love and his word and whatever he spoke to you, that you would trust it so much that even if you had to do those other things, you would not give up? That you would not give up. Even if you had to go get a job, even if you had to, work on that at night, or early in the morning because your life had to shift for responsibilities. Are you willing to lose out on the freedom that you had just going for your goals? Oh, so sorry. Excuse me. Are you willing to fail forward in that way, y'all? Are you willing to put in the work, put in the time that is not rewarded? That is not rewarded. Y'all, when I say I get up every day to change lives, I get up every day to change lives. And you know who knows that their life was changed? The people that I encounter. There's no big group of people that's just praising me online. There's no big group of people that's just praising me every day so that the world can hear it. No. And even you all, it's over 300,000 listeners live on this show every Monday. And nobody knows if you're telling anybody about me. It's like so many people in the world do not know that I exist. And that's okay, right? But that gives me a means to keep working because it's not about visibility. It's about reaching, touching people, and changing their lives. So even if one of my shows changed the trajectory of your life, I may never know it. I may never know it, right? Unless you came on and said something. I would not know that what I get up to do every day is helping you, is supporting you, it's encouraging you. Are you willing to be someone who seems like an underdog to do the thing that God said you would do every day, to be the human being that God called you to be in your business and personal life. You know, you don't get claps for being a good, well, you really don't get claps for being a good husband or a good wife. You get the reward of being a good husband or a good wife in your marriage, in your family, in your household, right? And choosing a good spouse. And choosing a good spouse as well, right? So our rewards are not always loud, right? And sometimes they feel like failures. But if you're gonna fail forward. Be willing to lose some things to gain. Be willing to lose your past life. You know, let some things go for the life you want to be. I've been posting about embodying me, 100 days of embodying me, right? Where I am embracing the woman I see me as, where I'm embracing the woman God said I would be, which requires closing the door on some things that I currently do. That requires shutting out some people. It requires a shedding. It requires new skin, right? And by new skin, I mean that, you know, just because you went through one hardship don't mean you're not going to go through another one. You got to have tough skin, okay? And your heart has to be soft enough for you to still be the person God created you to be, right? But also being hardened to the things you no longer want or desire, right? So that transformation requires me to lose some things that I love or thought I loved, lose some things that were fun or I thought was fun. You know, when you're in these seasons of life where your business trajectory is changing or your personal life trajectory is changing, when you're going from single to married, y'all, come on now. You got to lose some things that you love or enjoy for the things you truly desire, right? You got to be willing to go from being an independent single person to being a partnership, to being, you know, a team player, right? And being considerate of others. And so even in business, you got to be willing to go from being, oh, I'm the head salesperson or I'm the best, this, and that. Okay, that's fine. But in order to excel, you have to be able to do more, to evolve. That's what this is about. Being able to evolve. Okay. And here I wrote, build it from the ground up, right? Excuse me. How does this tie into God's reckless love, y'all? Because when we fail, sometimes we think that God leaves us. When we fail, we get mad at God. God, you said, right? God, you said. Well, if he's the potter and we're the clay, sometimes we're gonna get thrown off that thing, right? Sometimes we're gonna get smashed down and molded again, right? As clay. As clay, sometimes it's not gonna be quite right. It's not going to be quite right. But the reckless thing about the love that God has for us is that even when you're not quite right, you're still perfect. You can still be made perfect. God can still shave things off of your life. God can still add things onto your life. You can still be poured into, right? And so building from the ground up, build it from the ground up. What is that about? Building it from the ground up just means that, like here, I said I'm living a rich and grounded life, right? I started my business from the ground up. I literally started with me. I started with my mother as a client and my best friend Preston as a client. They let me use them so that I could develop my strategy. They allowed me to support them because they believed in me already. So they allowed me to support them or, you know, coach them through their things and create my plan and strategy at the same time. Are you willing to build it from the ground up? Are you willing to get down? You know, like that sounds good. People are like, I'm going to do it because they want control. Well, I'm going to do it this way and I'm going to do it that way. And it's going to look like this and it's going to be like that. This ain't about control. Are you willing to have zero control? Are you willing to trust God's love for you and his plan for you, that you would do what it takes, that you would go against what everybody on social media is telling you to do because God told you otherwise? Are you willing to do it? Are you willing to trust God's love for you so much that you believe that even if you're sitting looking at y'all, I prepared something God told me to prepare, and I looked at it for years and said, why am I still staring at this? I was mad. I was mad at God. What are you doing? Why am I still staring at this? Why is it still sitting here? Why is nothing going forward? You told me to send the emails. I sent the emails. You told me to make the calls. I made the calls. Why is this thing that I developed still here? Guess what? Your time and God's time ain't the same. And if I was going forward with just one thing, that's not an empire. That would have been settling for the okie doke of the one thing when God had much more. He was like, girl, that's a piece to the puzzle. For the love I have for you, for the design I have for your life, that thing, that's cute that you did it, but that's a piece of the puzzle. One piece to the puzzle that I designed for your life. Are you willing to build it from the ground up? People get a box of Legos and think they won a lottery. And I hope that lands. I hope you get it. People get a box of Legos and think they won a lottery. Guess what you have to do with this box? Create. Figure it out. Build it up and break it down. Build it up and break it down. Build it up and break it down. Are you willing? Are you willing to build it from the ground up? Are you willing to become this person you thought you was going to be, and then God said, I need to change it. I want you to change now. You're like, God, I'm perfect. I'm good. What you mean? I love me. I love me, you know, and my wretched self, my wretched ways, or my perfect whatever. I'm so great at all these things, right? Life can change in the blinking of an eye, and God's love is so reckless for us in business and in personal life that just because it changed so drastically doesn't mean it's not better on the other side. It's different, y'all. It's different. And so with it being different, one of my friends posted today something about understanding the power of the pivot. Shout out to Green Girl STL. Understanding the power of the pivot, right? And in life, there's going to be many times that we have to pivot. You got to learn how to pivot, right? And God's love is so good that, you know, he'll be right there in the pivot with you. He'll be with you, okay? He is Emmanuel, God with us. He is Emmanuel, God with us. No matter what, no matter where we go, no matter what we do, he is Emmanuel, God with us, okay? And so in building from the ground up and failing forward, you've got to be willing to pivot. The thing about it is that not having that flexibility is what keeps us stuck. Not having that flexibility is how you go from changing. I think it's India Ari. She said the only thing constant in the world is change. That's one of her songs. It says at the beginning of one of her songs, the only thing constant in the world is change, right? And if we're not changing, if you're not growing, if you're not evolving, you're just dying a little bit every day. And we don't want to do that. We want to live our best lives. We want to live the best that we can with each day. Okay, so being willing to pivot, being flexible enough to pivot. You're not going to like it all the time. Okay, you're not going to like it all the time. And so it's important that you are flexible enough to do it when it happens. Because failing can knock you on your ass. Failing can get you down, y'all. I think I was still doing the show. Y'all, and I was telling y'all, like, I'm not good today. I'm going through some things. You know, I was telling you that. So if you go back through these shows, you'll literally see where I was knocked on my ass with life. And I had to pivot. So you get to see that transitions of shows of how my energy changed, of how my outlook changed. Getting up and helping others sometimes is the best way to help yourself. And I know I've heard that before too. They're like, if you're praying for your marriage, bless somebody else's marriage. If you praying for a house, put in on some money or pay someone's rent, you know. or whatever. It's about sowing good seeds and sowing it in good soil, right? And not so that you can reap, because nothing's guaranteed, right? It's about trusting the Lord and trusting what you believe in, having faith enough to stand, right? And so here I wrote, being broke made me rich. And that's a Lecrae song. I'm shouting out a lot of people today, but a Lecrae song, being broke made me rich, right? And so that's about being in a low position. He's talking about financially for real, but being in a low position because you get to have a certain vantage point from there. Okay. When you're up and looking down, when you've made it and you're looking down at everything, you don't get the details of what's down there, right? But when you're down here, you can climb. You can climb. And it's that climb and it's that rough, you know. First of all, that's where you like, God, I need you. Here, help me climb this mountain. Help me move this mountain. Help me increase my faith in you and in myself. Help me believe in my business. Like you gave me this business idea or this book idea or this strategy. Or you told me to get this job or you blessed me with this job, Lord. Where are you? Right? So he said, being broke made me rich. Consider your low position, you know, and even in the Bible, it tells us in James, you know, consider it pure joy, those of us who face trials and tribulations of many kinds, because the testing of your faith is producing perseverance. And perseverance is producing character, and character is producing hope, right? But perseverance, patience is producing patience. I'm sorry. And patience must complete its work. No, must finish its work so that it may be complete, lacking nothing. That's in James. James 1:2. Okay. Chapter 1, verse 2. Okay. So basically it's saying it had to happen. I said that last week or so. It had to happen. God's love is so reckless for us that he'll let you fall. He gonna let you choose what you want to choose. In the end, you still win. If you can pivot, if you can see it differently, if you can release your control and surrender to his will, if you're willing to die to self and become made new. Okay. If you're willing to learn something new. Okay. If you can trust the process of what you're going through, if you can trust being made new. Okay. And every day is a new day, y'all. Why would you want to be the same old you that you was yesterday or yesteryear today? It's literally a brand new day. Brand new. I saw a video that was just, you know, the new day was saying, hello, you've never seen me before. I'm brand new. I know you think you know me, but you don't know me. And I come with all these joys and things like that, right? Could you imagine waking up every day and thinking that? Waking up every day and saying, like, wow, this is a day I've never seen before, filled with opportunities I have never encountered yet. This is a day that's really gonna bless my life, you know, because I'm alive, I'm well, I get to experience this day. And I just can't wait for all the goodness that's gonna be ahead of me. Y'all, sometimes I think that all that positivity is like buffoonery sometimes. I think it's like fake, phony, you don't feel it. You just having not a good day, right? But could you imagine that even if you feel that terrible, the day could still be beautiful? If you could just get to the even if. God's love for you is so much that even when you feel terrible and don't appreciate shit, that he's still like, I still got it for you though. I still got it for you though. I still made sure the activity of your limbs was working. I still made sure the organs in your body were pumping and doing what they need to do. I still made sure that you were clothed and in your right mind. I still sheltered you. I still provided for you. I still let people walk past you that could bless you if only you open your mouth and say that you're in need. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine waking up hating the day and the day is just waiting to love you? The day is just waiting to love you. Imagine that. What kind of God, what kind of God do we serve that the day is just waiting to love us? that opportunities are just waiting to bless us, that people are just waiting for us to say we need them so they can invite us over. I thank God so much today because I got to invite someone to come into my space, and I get to serve them with, food and tea and love and time and attention. I get to be there for someone. I had to thank God for that, because how many people get to wake up every day and get to be what someone else needs? Y'all, we are so blessed beyond measure. We just don't. His love is so reckless. God's so reckless. He's so reckless that even though I don't have everything I need, I have the pleasure of being a blessing to somebody else's life. And I have the pleasure of being blessed by someone else. Many people, if we would look around and see it, if we would wake up to see it, so many people bless us on a daily basis, and we get the opportunity to bless them as well. Ask for what you're in need of. Go knock on the door of opportunity. Speak up. His people are in the town that you're in, waiting for you to say something. And you might not know that they're there either. Say something. Anyway, be courageous. Be strong. Affirm yourself, y'all. The affirmations from today were, I am living a rich and grounded life. I have love in abundance. I walk that thing out, y'all. I live and breathe love. Okay? Walk, talk, all of that love over here. I will succeed beyond my expectations. And today will be a perceive it day. And I hope that you perceive it. I hope that you see a different way. I hope that you think a different way. Okay? Now, the scriptures that I went over today were Joshua 1, verse 8 and 9. The book of Acts was where he was saying, I have my people, keep on speaking, I have my people in this town. I'm sorry, I put the wrong notes down, so I can't tell you where that is quite yet, because I put the wrong scripture. And then also Job 2, verse 3, where God asked Satan, have you considered him or her, my servant? Have you considered them? Right? And our business topic of the week this week is the reckless love of God. Be willing to fail forward. Be willing to lose to gain. Be willing to build it from the ground up, even if you've already built an entire thing and you have to start over. Make it better. Teach somebody else to do it. Start a company where you employ other people to do it so they can become leaders and do it too. Expansion, right? Be expansive and understand that, with Lecrae's words, being broke made me rich. Okay? Whatever vantage point you have, take advantage of it. Full advantage of it. Learn while you're there. You won't always be there, but learn while you're there. Grow while you're there. And y'all, give love at all costs, as much as possible. Okay? This has been Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I am your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Head over to my YouTube channel, y'all, at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live. To become a sponsor or to donate to the show or purchase any of my books or planners, please visit my website at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Again, I am Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. I'll see y'all next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Tea Time with Tara, live and on air on BFAM1096.com. Bye.
I'm staying chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna bring. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny.
I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, the life you choosing, I'm cheddering. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gonna stop till I rest in peace and they put some heart on my grave lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200 every time. Know what I'ma run from, I'm the one opponent. You don't want nothing from manual van where my strength get pumped from. So let's go ride to a child of God, standing toe to toe, no hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock, I got the sauce, you want out of high. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength assassin, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as it is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game, so speed like the A train. The thing that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. I'm by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chance to.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose love. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny.
I'm still stuck in my destiny.